program. Okay, so what we will cover today, that includes history of C, why C popular, features of C program, basic structure of C program, different parts of C program, compile and run of C program. History of C program. So C language has evolved from three different structural language: ALGOL, BCPL and B language. It uses many concepts from this language while introduced many new concepts such as the data types, structure, pointers and etc. In 1988, the language was formalized by American National Standard Institute (NC). In 1990, a version of a C language was approved by the International Standard Organization (ISO), and that version of C is also referred to as a C89. This is actual list of languages or languages introduced in so and so year. So in the 1960s, ALGOL was introduced or developed by international group. 1967, BCPL was introduced. Martin Richard is the developer of that language. Language B, that is 1970s, Ken Thompson has invented or developed this language. Now 1973, traditional C was introduced by the Dennis Ritchie. So who is the founder of a C? That is Dennis Ritchie. Always. That was introduced in year 1973. Now 1989, NCC was introduced by NC committee and ISO committee. So 1990s. So NC or ISO C. So basically whatever the C we are learning right now, that is NCC basically. Now next, that is why C popular. So easy to learn, first of all. So easy to learn, easy to understand, easy to execute anywhere with minimum requirement, produce efficient result. It is a structural language, or we can say that sequential structural language also. C is also as mother of language. C concepts written in a C, structure, pointer, file handling, which are used in other language. Kernels and compilers are also written in a C language. Now what is kernel and compiler? So compiler for any of the language may be written in a C language. We can create a compiler of any language using the C language. Another, that is a kernels. Kernels, that is a part of operating system. So that is also written in C language, like in case of a Linux and any other operating system too. Then C is known as middle level language. It is basically there are three kinds of language available in a system, that is a low level language, middle level language and high level language. Nowadays intermediate language is also there, and some of the concept of middleware and etc are there in the system. So basically C is a middle level language, has features of both low level language and high level language. C language is also known as a structured programming language. A program is broken into the parts and block using the functions. Now features of C language. So these are the features, I can say that, right? Fast and efficient. Okay. Fast and efficient, modularity, easy to extend, portable, statistical type language, procedural language. Okay, procedural itself says that it is a structural language. Okay, then fast and efficient, so it's a basically function. Okay, this is fast and efficient, so execution of a C code is faster, and efficient means whatever the output we are demanding, that is efficient in manner. Modularity, we can work with a module also, so multiple module multiple project may be supported by the C language. Easy to extend. So once we make a code, and then after suppose we would like to extend the code for some another purpose, like adding some more features and etc., that is also possible in C language. So extend is possible. Portable. So once we create a code and compile the code and move from one location to another location or one system to another system, it will be executed, no problem with that. Just we should have like once we link the code and once we have an executable file, it will be executed directly on a different machine. Then statistically typed language. So type of the individual data is well defined in case of a C language, and thus it's known as a statistical type language. It is a robust language which is with a rich set of built-in functions and operators that can be used to write any complex program. The C compiler combines the capabilities of an assembly language and with features of a high level language. Programs written in a C are efficient and fast. This is due to the variety of data types and powerful operators. It is a many times faster than the basic language. We already see the B language or basic language in this particular slide, right? B language. So that is a basic language that was introduced in year 1970 by Ken Thompson. So it is a many times faster than the basic. C is a highly portable. This means that programs once written can be run on another machine with little or no modification. So still one point is there, like little modification may be possible, or no modification. Without modification we can execute the code. Another important features of the C program is its ability to extend itself. The C program is basically a collection of functions that are supported by C library. We can also create our own functions and add it to the C library. C language is the most widely used language in operating system and embedded system development today. Okay, so this is all about features of the C language. Now let us see the basic structure of a C program. So this is the basic structure of a C program. May started with a document section, linking section, definition section, global declaration section, main function, and other function. See, you need to remember all this flow of, or we can say that this structure of a C language in detail very carefully. You need to remember documentation section. What is there in the documentation section? So this is the section consists of a comment lines which includes the name of the programmer, the authors, other details like the time and date of a written program. Documentation section helps anyone to get an overview of the program. Okay, so I can say that this is not mandatory. Okay, then linking section. So in a simple we can say that 1 2 3 4 5 main section, 6 that is other functions. So out of this 5, again document section is not a mandatory section. Now second, that is the linking section. So the linking section consists of a header files of the functions that are used in the program. It provides instruction to the compiler to link functions from the system library. So whatever the functions we are using in C program, so inbuilt library functions we are using, we need to include those libraries in this linking section. Okay, now third, that is the definition section. So all the symbolic constants are written in the definition sections. Macros are known as a symbolic constants. Now global declaration. So what is global declaration? So here the fourth one, that is a global declaration. Now right now you might not able to understand what is global declaration, but I try to make it clear in a way that once we create a variable inside the main function, you need to understand the scope of the variable. So by default, if we create a variable in this portion, inside this, basically inside this main function or inside the particular function, function 1 2 3 or n, this is the scope of individual variable, that is automatic variable. That means the variable is only accessible inside that particular function only. Suppose we create a variable inside the function 1, okay, then variable a is accessible in function 1 only. We cannot use it outside the function 1 or any other function basically. So a is defined in function 1, that cannot be used in function 2 3 or function n, or even not in a main function. So same way, if we want something which is shared among all this function, then it is declared over here outside the main body or before the main body basically. That is the global declaration section. Okay, so the global variables that can be used anywhere in the program are declared in a global declaration section. This section also declares the user defined functions. Okay, then main function. It is necessary to have a one main function section in every C program. Suppose we would like to create a C program, then there must be one main function or only one main function. More than one main function is also not possible. So this section contains two parts, declaration and executable parts. The declaration parts declare all the variables that are used in the executable part. These two parts must be written in between the opening and closing braces or parentheses. Each statement in the declaration and executable part must end with the semicolon, right? So you need to remember one thing, functions should have an opening and closing brace, and each statement must be ended with a semicolon, right? And two parts, one is the declaration and executable part. Okay, the execution of the program start at opening braces and ends at closing braces, means all the programs may start with the main opening braces and all the programs may end with main ending braces. Subprogram section. The subprogram section contain all other defined functions that are used to perform a specific task. These user defined functions are called in a main function. So basically, whatever the function we have defined in this particular section, that must be called from the main body. Okay, so this is a simple C program to print hello world on the screen. Here as we have discussed that identified declaration section, we have seen this one, right? We may start with a documentation section, linking, definition, global declaration, main function. So suppose we would like to identify which one is the documentation section. You can turn on your mic. Hello.
Hello.
So which one is the documentation section?
Windows Studio वालो, STDIO वालो.
No.
First वालो.
I already told you documentation section is not necessary or not mandatory. So I can say that this is
linking
section, because all the header files, all the headers files are linked over here. So basically these two are a header file, stdio.h and conio.h. So we link these two files because we would like to use the function library function return or declared in this particular header file. So where we have used that one, so we are using clr scr and getch, these two functions, right? These two are from Conio, right? So what is the full form of this Conio? That is a console input output. Console console input output header file. And this printf, this is from this one, stdio.h header file. Okay, now this is linking section. Another, that is third section, is definition section. So is there any function? So we are working with only main function right now, so no other functions available in the program, so nothing to define over here. So definition section may not contain anything. So again, this is optional. This is optional. Okay.
Definition optional.
Documentation section totally optional. Definition section, that is optional. Optional why? Because if there is no other function, like here function 1 to function n is there, we need to define function 1 over here. Definition for function 1 should be over here. So right now no other functions available other than the main function, so nothing to define over here. Global variable is also not required, so the global declaration is also not there, right? Main function. Now this is multi-line comment, slash star star slash. Now what is comment?
Comment કોઈ પ્રોગ્રામ શું કહીએ
comment is okay. Comment is used to understand the code, and it will not impact the output of the code, right? Output of the code will not be impacted. So whatever you may write between slash star to star slash, it will not affect the output of your program. So this is just for understanding purpose only. And slash star and star slash, so there are two types of comment available in a C program. One is a single line comment, another is a multi-line comment. This is a multi-line comment. This is multi-line comment. Single line, that is a double slash only, nothing to end, just double slash and write whatever you want, and nothing to end. As this is single line, means whatever you have written in that particular line, that will be considered as a comment only. Okay. Now CLR SCR, what is the use of this? It is used to clear the screen. So whatever the result was there before executing this code will be cleared. So screen will be cleared. That is use of this function.
ફર્સ્ટ સી પ્રોગ્રામિંગ જે લખ્યું ને, તો એ શું પ્રિન્ટ થશે? પ્રોગ્રામિંગ થશે એ વખતે આ ફર્સ્ટ સી પ્રોગ્રામિંગ એવું પ્રિન્ટ થશે?
It will not affect the output of code. It will not print, it will not display, it will not use. That is just for
એના પછી આપણે સ્ક્રીન ક્લિયર કેમ કરાવીએ?
એ જ કીધું, કેમ છોડી દે હમણાં. CLR SCR, that is used to clear the screen. કેમ નથી હજી આપણે લાયા, એ તને કોડ રન કરશું એટલે ખ્યાલ આવશે. But it will clear the screen. If something is there on a screen, it will be cleared with the help of CLR SCR. So whenever we are thinking that let us clean the screen, we can use this function. That is important. Right? Another function, that is printf. In case of a C, if we want to print something on a screen, we need to work with the printf function. So printf hello world will print hello world. So whatever the thing we may write between this double quotation starting and ending, that will be printed on the screen. So hello world will be there on a screen. Okay. So that's the basic structure of a C program. Any question in this?
No.
Different parts of a C program. So different parts. So we already see one, that is a linking section, right? And after that, another, that is a declaration section, right? Documentation, linking, याद રાખવાનો, documentation, linking, declaration, global definition, main function, other function. बराबर? So
okay.
What is preprocessor now? These are the different parts. We can see that we may again understand the C program with respect to these parts. So preprocessor, header files, functions, variables, statement and expression, and comments. So this is the preprocessor. Include. We already use this has include. So include is a preprocessor and is the first word of any C program. Okay. The task of the preprocessor is initialized the environment of the program. Link the program with the header files required. Okay. When we say hash include stdio.h, it is to inform the compiler to include the stdio.h header file to the program before executing. Okay. Now, what is the header file? So a header file is a collection of a built-in ready-made functions which we can directly use in our program. Header files contains definition of a function which can be incorporated into the C program by using a preprocessor. Standard header files are provided to each compiler and covers a range of areas like string handling, mathematical functions, data conversions, printing, and reading of a variable. So these are the standard header file basically. Standard header files provides compiler to cover the range of areas like string handling, mathematical functions, data conversion, printing, and reading the variables. Okay. Now, what is the main function and syntax? So main function is a function that must be there in every C program. So without main, we cannot create a C program first. Everything inside this function in a C program will be executed. So whatever we are writing inside the body of a main will be executed. What is the C syntax of that? The curly braces, right? Opening and closing. Just after the main functions, enclose the body of the main function. Each statement in a C program must end with a semicolon. Single line comment, start it by adding two forward line slashes, right? Backward slash and forward slash. This is a forward slash. Followed by the comment for multi-line comment, enclosed it between slash star dot dot dot. So this is content basically, and star slash. Okay, so this is comment. Now functions. શેનો અવાજ આવે છે ત્યાં?
પાછળ વાસણ ને મમ્મી કસે છે.
સારું. એની માઇક બંધ કરી દે એવું લાગે ત્યાં.
હા.
CLR STR. This is a clear screen functions used to clear the previous output of the console screen. Then printf, this is the function is used to print date on console screen. Printf function is defined under stdio.h header file. Getch, so this function, yes, you need to remember one thing, nothing is capital over here, everything is in smaller case, so c small, p small, g small. Okay, these functions ask for a single character to end the program execution, and it helps us to see the output on the console screen. Getch function is defined under the conio.h header file. Okay, important thing is getch is used to getting the character, but that's our purpose, to see the output of the screen through Turbo C++ IDE. That is where we are using getch. It's not, it's never be the part of a program. Basically, that's purposefully the part of a code. Okay, now basic structure of a C is as below. An example of a C program is like that. So documentation section, double slash, because it should be in a comment form. So single line comment that I have choose. Either we can go for a multi-line comment too. So this program is find area of a circle, just name of a program. Linking section we are using has include stdio.h header file. Definition section, has defined is the keyword, and we have defined one variable pi constant. I can say that we have defined one constant, pi is 3.14. Global declaration, that is integer I. Float, area of a circle. Float, this is the function we are using. Don't worry about the declaration of a function, definition of the function, we will see this in detail too. Main, declaration part and executable part. Declaration part, again single line comment, that is our choice. If we want to put the comment, if we don't want, we can ignore it. Float R and area, this is the we can say that declaration of a variable R and area. Then executable part, so we would like to scan the radius value, that is %f. Now again, don't worry about control string, this is control string, %d, %f, %r, %e, %h, %i, %l, %ld. Don't worry about it, we will see it in detail. But right now just try to understand what is f. F is for floating value or real value, that is a fractional value, 3 point something, 5.4, like that. So it allows us to scan the value like that. So %f. %r, again, as there is nothing much to understand in case of a scanf. Scanf is used to scan the value from the user console using any of the variables. So r must be a variable, and %r, what is %r? That is address of r. But right now you just try to understand, we would like to, suppose we would like to scan the value of any of the variable, then control string is required, and comma, name of that variable with ampersand sign is required. Whatever the variable may be, whether the variable is a float, integer, character, or something else, in all the case %r is required for scanf statement. Okay, so we assume that user may enter something over here, and area is equal to area of a circle, that is the function created by us, and we pass this value, and this function may return something which will be stored in this variable area, and the same will be printed over here. So I can say that this is the executable part of the main function. Now subsection, user defined section, function 1, function 2, like that. So here we have a function that is a float, area of a circle, float r. A return, what is the area of a function? That is pi r square. So pi, we already defined it, pi, right, 3.14 into r, so r square, I mean, works like that. Okay, so this is the different parts of a C program. Now let's see simple, because up to this I can say that we have discussed the structure of a C program, which is very important question as far as the C programming concern. So structure of a C program you need to remember very carefully. Now compile and run, that is actually how we can implement this code using so and so IDE. So for this purpose, we may use Turbo C++ IDE, and we try to compile the code and run the code. So how can we compile and run? To compile and run a C language program, you need a C compiler. To set up a C language compiler in your computer, laptop, there are two ways. One, that is to download a full-fledged IDE like Turbo C or a Microsoft C++, which comes along with the C language compiler. So whatever the syntax we are learning right now, that is NCC, and Turbo C++ IDE is the most suitable IDE for that. If we go for the Microsoft Visual C++, again it will be fine, but at certain stage the syntax may vary, right? So we are using Turbo C IDE right now. Okay, or you use any text editor to edit the program files and download the C compiler separately and compile it and execute it. That is also possible. Fine. So first step, that is open a Turbo C++ IDE integrated development environment, click on the file, then click on a new, may allows us to create a new file, right? This is the default name of we can say that the default name of C program will be no name 00.cpp. Default extension of a C program is a CPP, just because we are using Turbo C++ IDE. As this is C++ IDE, the default extension of this one is a CPP. So we need to take care about what is the name of a file, and it must be saved with .c extension only. Don't use C++, otherwise many times it may remove some of the error and incur the error too. Okay, and don't worry about this code, because this is nothing but a previous cache code, or noname.cpp may hold this code. So whenever you may start with a fresh, it will be cleared. Click on the compile and press Alt F9. This is the shortcut key for that, Alt F9. Right, that is used to compile the code. Or we can go for compile and compile the code. That is also fine. Now click on run and press Ctrl F9 to run the code. So if we are working with a Turbo C++ IDE, Ctrl F9 is used to run the code. That is fine, but I suggest you use this menu, because Windows 7 and later version of Windows may not be allowed us to work with a Turbo C++ IDE, as this is a 16-bit IDE, and thus we need to work with this using a DOSBox kind of emulator. So shortcut Control F9 is stop execution of a DOSBox, so it will kill the DOSBox, and thus your IDE may close automatically. So I suggest don't use Control F9, instead use the menu. Okay, and this is the output of the code, hello world. Okay. Fine. Any question?
No.